I'd like to talk a little bit about why I'm an atheist, because I noticed that as I've drifted more and more away from atheism as a subject matter, I've gathered more and more followers who are, Christians or Muslims or whatever, and I get letters all the time from people who say, I agree with you on everything but religion. Which, oh, congratulations, you agree with me on everything but religion. I'll be sure to give you the Nobel Prize for Tolerance. Your ticker tape parade is scheduled for the 15th. Be sure to show up early, because we're going to give you the key to the atheist city. I don't know what you expect me to say to that. I don't know why it's some kind of bragging right, like, hey, even though we disagree on one thing, I'm able to look past that and acknowledge your other opinions. Thank you. Thank you for your graciousness. I think the main reason I'm an atheist is because there is no God. That's a big one for me. The lack of a God, I think, is probably the biggest reason why I don't believe in God. And I say that there's a lack of God because I've never seen any evidence for God, and neither has anyone else. If anyone had any good evidence for God, then no one would bother reading the fucking Bible. No one would be like, hey man, have you seen this 2,000-year-old error-filled book of desert scribblings written by primitive tribesmen that details how we were all created by a benevolent sky genius? Have you seen that book? If like the Bible and the Quran and shit like that, if that's the best evidence for God, then how could I ever believe that? I kind of view things like science and philosophy and all that stuff as the sober man's take on life and where we came from and where we're going and why we're here and all that stuff. And I view religion as kind of like the not-so-sober man's idea of where we all came from. Because doesn't the story of Christianity really sound like something that a bunch of stoners came up with, if you really think about it? I think there was, this dude with, powers, man. And he was there, before the universe even began. And he's just kind of chilling, and he's lonely, man, because there's no one else around. But he's got these powers, so he's like, whoa, what if I create the universe, man? And he did. And then he tries to tell people how to live, and they're like, fuck you, man, you're the oppressor. So he fucking has a son who's also him, man. It's he is his own son, and he goes to Earth and he learns how to fucking chill, man. But then, when he tries to spread the message, they fucking kill him, man. They kill him, but he forgives them, man, because he understands how to fucking chillax, Islam, on the other hand, kind of sounds like the religion of abusive drunks. Man, I can't fucking stand bitches, man. They should have to cover up their fucking faces so I don't even have to fucking see them. Because they just taunting me, man. Fuck! One of these days, man, I'm gonna fucking have 72 bitches in the sky, and I'm gonna get laid all the time because I'm righteous and you're all assholes. And people say, oh, atheism doesn't have any answers. Christianity has answers, Islam has answers, Wicca has answers, Buddhism has answers, all these things have answers, but atheism doesn't have any answers. Well, you're right, atheism doesn't have any answers, and that's good. Atheism doesn't give you some bullshit answer. If you want an answer, you're gonna have to go find the real answer, which is what we've done in so many ways. Oh, I see, we're the culmination of billions of years of natural selection by the means of random genetic mutation. Wow, doesn't sound quite as spiffy as we were created by the magic guy in the sky, but it kind of makes a little bit more sense if you actually have the patience to read about it. I think it makes a lot more sense to show how humanity evolved gradually over billions of years than it does to just shrug and say, must have been magic! And a lot of times religious people will say to me things like, well, absence of evidence is not evidence of absence. Ooh, so profound. I can apply that to any random nonsense. I could tell you, I can shoot lasers from my eyes. And you'd be like, well, can I see you do it? I'd be like, no! I can only do it when no one's looking. And they'd say to me like, well, I don't believe you. And I'd say, hey man, absence of evidence is not evidence of absence. And I know I give religious people a hard time sometimes, but this video is not meant to diminish them or to say that they're stupid or that there's anything wrong with what they believe. I'm just trying to explain why it seems ridiculous to me. I'm fully open to the idea that maybe I'm wrong. You know, Richard Dawkins, when they say, well, you know, what if you're wrong? He had some kind of smarmy comeback about like, well, what if you're wrong? Which seems kind of like something a kindergartner would say to me. My response to what if you're wrong is, well, maybe I am, but I'm not seeing any compelling evidence from you why I am. I'm not seeing anything from your camp that would change my mind. In fact, most of the things you're saying sound pretty fucking silly to me, and I think that they are increasingly sounding silly to pretty much everyone. Atheist and agnostic are not mutually exclusive terms. You can be an atheist agnostic, which I am. I'm an agnostic because I don't claim to know for certain that God does not exist. But I'm an atheist because I don't believe that he does. Just like I'm an agnostic when it comes to Santa Claus. I cannot really definitively prove that Santa Claus does not exist, but I still don't fucking believe in him. I think the chances of him existing are so small, and there's no evidence to support the fact that he does exist. So why would I believe it? Why would I believe anything in the absence of any evidence to support it? And usually what it boils down to is faith. And how can I really argue with faith? I can say that I don't think faith is a very valid tool for arriving at the truth about the world, but they're just going to say, well, I have faith in my faith. What faith really amounts to is, I believe it because I believe it. And there's really no arguing with that. They're basically saying, it's my personal choice to believe what I want to believe, and this is what I've chosen to do. At that point, what I say to you is, well, that's your choice. You're free to think that way. I will not try to stop you. But if you try to impose even one moral on me based on your faith, then I will fuck your shit up. I will not let you impose your religion on me. I will not have you come to me and say, oh, well, you can't buy liquor on Sunday because we're religious. No, you can't buy liquor on Sunday because you're religious. I am not religious. I will buy as much liquor on fucking Sunday as I goddamn well please. And you will not pass a law that says I can't. And you will not tell a woman who wants an abortion that she can't have one because your version of your religion says that she can't. And if you don't like it, tough shit. Your religion is your religion. Deciding that you want to live by your own beliefs is absolutely your right. Deciding that other people should live by your beliefs is fucking horse shit, and it will not be tolerated. At least not by me.